Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to cover my top 7 reasons why you should buy the Expert Grill Wireless Digital Barbecue Grilling Thermometer. So let's get into it. So inevitably when you are working the pit, you're going to need a thermometer. And normally you're going to have your very basic option, which is something like this, with the probe end here and the temperature display on top. Now, an upgrade to that is something like this Expert Grill Wireless Digital Barbecue Grilling Thermometer. These are available at Walmart. Now, before we get into my top 7 reasons for buying this particular unit, I'm going to quickly overview some of the features here. So probably one of my favorites is this backlit display. So that's really nice. Makes it the light makes it easy to read, although the display itself is also easy to read. The temperature monitoring range, it's pretty good. So I know I'm going down here, but when you get to the lowest point, it flips back over to the highest point. So, and it's pretty big, although I'm not necessarily sure why you would use the negative range here, although you could. I'm sure there's some application. So it goes up to 572 and all the way down to negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius. So when you turn it on, this is the standard display, and it's battery operated with AA batteries, and those go here. So you have 2 AA batteries here, and then in the base unit you have 2 AA batteries there. This is the monitor, and this is your base transmitter. The really cool thing is it's kind of cradled together, and most units are set up this way. I really like this one because there is a magnetic base. So you can attach this to your grill, or if there's something else magnetic, say you're using a charcoal pit and you wouldn't attach it to the grill itself because it gets a little hot, but you could attach this to the leg and it'll hold it in place. So that's a really cool feature. One of my older thermometers has a base that has a cradle, but it's non-magnetic. So I really like the magnetic base feature. When you're talking about the monitor itself, this is rubberized, so it has a really nice feel to it. If you're working with the meats and have to grab this thermometer and you have some like oil on your hands, you're going to be able to keep your grip. Another cool feature that I like about this is the presets. So if you look right here, there's the different options in terms of what you might be cooking. So you have beef, veal, lamb, turkey, fish, pork, burgers, and what's this, chicken? Yeah, chicken. So this button right here, it'll cycle through all your different options, and then within your different options you have a temperature setting. So well done, medium well, medium, medium rare, and rare. And those are all your options for the beef option. And then you could go through the different ones and you have different options there as well. So that's a really nice feature, especially if you don't know your temps. This preset is a nice way of taking care of that. So, you know, when you're serving your food, no one's gonna have to worry about undercooked meat. The other cool thing, when you pick this up, it does come with a set of batteries. When it hits your desired temperature, there's an audible alarm, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So we'll take this all the way down to below what it is in this room, and then we'll turn on the transmitter. So another cool feature is there's this little, you can either clip it on, say to your belt, or if you want to set it up as a stand, you can set it up like that. But to turn the base on, the transmitter on, you just flick this switch. There is an indicator light right here. That'll go off here in a second. When you surpass your desired temperature, this alarm will go off. So it's nice if you're not always looking at this particular base, or I'm sorry, the monitor. There's that audible alarm. The benefit to this wireless option, instead of having to go back to the pit all the time and open it up and temp whatever it is that you're cooking, number one, you don't have to go back to the pit, and number two, you don't have to open your pit up, which will cause heat loss, which will probably slow down your cook. So the range on this is about 100 feet, and I haven't had need to take it to 100 feet myself. I can tell you that it'll transmit through walls. I've had my pit going out on the back deck, and I've used this unit in the basement while I was working on stuff down there, and I had no problems transmitting all the way down into my basement. So you know, the 100-foot range, I haven't tested it. I can say easily 50 feet through a number of walls, no problem. The other cool thing is I like that this has cord storage. I'll show you one of my other probes in another video, but what I like about this one is that on the base you can wrap this cord and store the probe pretty handily. That's a nice feature. The other one I have, you just kind of have to wrap up the cord. Sits just like that. So here's my top 7 reasons, and most of them have to do with a number of situations that I've had So on my smoker, on my main smoker, I actually have built-in temperature probes. And one day I was smoking a brisket and a pork shoulder, and one of the probes went out. And now, so if you're smoking, you know that pork shoulder and brisket, number one, the thickness of each cut of meat is different, and you want to hit different temperatures. So I was using both probes, and one went out. So probably the number one reason I would keep one of these around, I actually have 4 of them, is they're readily available. So you can run out to Walmart and pick one up. They're about $20. Number 2 is the range is good for most situations, and unlike the probes built into my pit, which is a great feature, you have to go to the pit to check the temperatures on the readout. With this, you can take this with you. So if you're working on other things, you don't have to go all the way back to the pit. So the range is good. I like that it's wireless. The functionality is good as a primary or even a backup probe. It's got your temperature settings. You can even manually set a temperature, or if you're using the time mode, you can manually set that. Count up, count down. So it's got really good functionality. The manual settings, which I already covered, would probably be my number 4. Instead of just the hard presets, you can dial this into whatever you need it to. These are also reliable. Like I said, I have 4 of these. I've had them all over a year. This one I've had probably the longest, and they hold up. I haven't had any problems, and you know, from when I got them out of the packaging to present, they all work exactly as they should. The next one would be the build quality. So this isn't cheap. For $20, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels substantial. It's got a decent amount of weight to it for what it is. I like the rubberized texture. Although you probably never touch it in most cases, this display is well protected. This base, I've dropped this base a number of times, and it's fine. I mean, you can't even really tell that it's been dropped. It's not even scuffed up where it landed, so I'm pretty impressed by that. The last thing why I would recommend this, so this is my number 7. This probe is readily available, just like this probe is available, or this thermometer is available at Walmart, right? So they sell the replacement probes for this at Walmart as well. And on my pit, that was kind of the issue. I was looking for the probes that would fit my pit, and I went to a couple different stores, and they didn't have them. So that was ended up being the problem. So I ended up getting this whole unit. And when you're working with thermometers, they'll go bad. So the probe will go bad. The nice thing is these are available at Walmart as well. So really quick, 1 through 7, they're readily available for most people. You can go out and get one at your local Walmart. Number 2, they've got good range for most situations. Number 3, it's got good overall functionality, does what you need. The manual settings is the next one. Number 5, they're reliable. Like I said, I've had 4 of these units and they all still work just like when I got them. The build quality is good, and replacement items like the probe and batteries, they're easy to get. They're readily available. If I had to come up with one thing that I don't like, but for the price point I can hardly say that it's bad, is that it only has one single probe. I have other thermometers that have multiple probes, and if you're just starting out in smoking or grilling, that might not be a bad thing, because you know, when you're getting started, you aren't necessarily firing multiple things at once. So I mean, you could be cooking a brisket and a pork shoulder at the same time. That's not uncommon. Really, I found it, at least when I was getting started, I was only smoking one thing at a time. So having a single probe isn't a bad thing, and once you start getting into multiple probes, the price goes up pretty significantly. So good unit. Again, this is the Expert Grill wireless digital barbecue grilling thermometer, available at Walmart. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and for more videos like this and tips surrounding barbecue in general, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, this is Cowboy Mike. I'll catch you guys later. Bye now.